Hello, today our topic is about related rates, one of the applications of differential calculus. So here, this related rates problems involves finding how quickly one quantity is changing by using its relationship to another changing quantity. In real-world situations, these variables are connected by a specific relationship that depends on time. So uh, let's say you have distance 1 and distance 2. So at distance 1, you have this is distance 1. It corresponds to your time 1. So usually it time 0. Next, at distance 2, it corresponds to the time 2, time sub 2, which is, let's say, you have 5 seconds. So to express these changes in distance over changes in time. So usually we we denote it we denote it by this dx over dt, where x represents the distance and t represents the time. Okay, change in time over change in distance over change in time. Okay, so this is how you uh, this is how related rates, okay, happen in this kind of in this scenario. Okay, so anyway, let's use these general guidelines to solve related rate problems. So first, first step is to identify all quantities, and then quantities to be determined. No? And identify all known quantities and unknown quantities. Make sure to provide a sketch and label all the quantities. No? Uh, Next, model. Write an equation involving the variables whose rate whose rate of change either are given or are to be determined. So express all the given given parameters, known and unknown, into mathematical model. Okay, and then uh, differentiate, or yeah, use the calculus also, especially the differentiation. Differentiate it with respect to time. Okay, since we're dealing with related rates, okay, the changes over time, over change in time, and then simplify. Okay, once uh, once you differentiate it, no, simplify, substitute the variables that you have, and then solve. Further solve it, simplify, and lastly, conclusion. So write a conclusion consisting of one or more complete sentences that answers the question of your problem. Be sure your conclusion contains the correct units of measurement. So, yeah. So these are the following guidelines or following steps or general steps, no, when you solve a related rate problem. So before we proceed to some problems, so let us first try or have some practice converting um, your verbal statement, into mathematical statement, or yeah, modeling it. So let's say this one. So let's say we have velocity of a car after traveling for 1 hour is 120 kilometers per hour. So what are the parameters involved here? So we have distance. Let's say we have distance, and this distance is in kilometer, okay? And we have also time involved here, time in hour, okay? And this parameter, distance, uh, uh, I will use x to represent it, and for time, letter t. Now, there's a parameter also given with the velocity. Velocity, by the way, velocity is equal to the distance, the change, yeah, the distance over time. Okay. And since we're referring to the changes of distance, right? The change of distance over change in time. So it should be, actually it should be dx over dt. And this velocity is equal to 120 kilometer per hour, which is true, right? X over t, kilometer per hour, x over t also. Next, this one. Water is being pumped into a swimming pool at a rate at a rate of at a rate of 1,000 liters, 10,000 liters rather, per hour. So we have flow rate here, flow rate, and the flow rate is, oh, wait. So there's a parameter involved here, right? Yes, wait, there's a flow rate, there's a volume. So volume here. The volume is in liters, and then we have time, involved time in hour, liters. So let's say, let's represent the volume as this other, the yeah, this volume in big V, V, and then R, time, letter T. Excuse me. So as a flow rate, right, if we're referring to the flow rate, you can say this is the change in flow in the volume over change in time, okay, which is 10,000 liters over hour, per hour, liters per hour. Next, a wheel. A wheel is revolving at the rate at a rate of 50 revolutions per time. So we have 50, we have 50 RPM, revolutions per minute. Okay. And aside from that, we have time here, time in minute. Okay. So how do we represent this 50 RPM revolutions? So revolutions, to make it, to specify what parameter involved in revolutions, there's an angle here, right? Angle, angle. Since the given is 50 RPM, it's up to you what 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 angle you will use, either rad or degree. So let's say we'll be using in rad. Okay, so this 50 RPM, okay, basically uh, this is the change of our angle over time, change in time. And to convert this revolution into rad, we just need to multiply it by uh, pi by 2 pi. No, one revolution, actually one revolution. Let's have a note here. Note that one revolution is equal to 2 pi rad. So we will multiply it by 2 pi rad to convert it into rad. Rad per revolution. Okay, so we can use this to represent our change in angle over time, over change in time. Plus, we can adjust this. Okay, next. An electric charge is flowing in a wire at a rate of 2 coulombs per second. So parameter involved here, we have electric charge. Electric charge, and let's represent it by Q. And then we have also time T in seconds. Okay? And we have a rating here, 2 coulombs per second. So there's a change in electric charge over time, okay, over time, and that is 2 coulombs per second. Okay. Electric charge, by the way, columns. We have electric charge in columns, letter C, and then that is the unit of the electric charge. So we will replace this Q by C, coulombs per second. And coulombs per second, by the way, is ampere. Okay? So that's it. So this is how you uh, model your equation, mathematical equation, based on the verbal statement. Now let's have an example here. So let's try to solve this uh, problem related to flow rate in a cylindrical tank. So we have a water flowing into a 4 feet radius vertical cylindrical tank at the rate of 24 feet cubic feet per minute. How fast is the surface of water rising? So let's analyze first the given. So we have 4 feet radius. So yes, it is this one. We have 4 feet. Our radius, which is 4. And then vertical cylindrical tank, okay, at the rate of 24 feet cubic feet per minute. So this 24 feet cube or cubic feet per minute is the volume. So dV change in volume over change in time. Okay. By the way, our volume here, uh, V is the volume in feet, in cubic feet. And then let's represent the feet, okay? The feet, the height by letter H. Height or level, water level in the tank. We have also R, which is the radius of the tank. And this radius is equal to 4. By the way, 4 feet, no? Radius of tank in feet. Okay? 4 feet. Ano pa? Okay. We need us to find, yeah, to calculate how fast is the surface of water rising. How fast. So the change in height over change in distance. A change in time over time. How fast eh? Mabilis. So, so we need to find this. Right? Now, let's model the equation. What formula is involved here? If you want to know the change of the level of the tank as you're pouring water in the vertical cylindrical tank, since we're dealing with a cylindrical tank, okay, we can use formula here. So let me, okay. So here, the formula that we can use is the formula for cylindrical tank, and that is V, the volume, which is the volume of cylindrical tank, equal to pi r squared h. Next, uh, to make to simplify your model, since we have given constant r radius, no, there's a radius here given, no, and that yeah, it is a constant, so we replace r by 4. Okay, for feet radius, and then This gives us 16 pi 16 pi, no, 16 pi h. Okay, v. So I think we're done here in modeling the equation. Now let's proceed on step number 3, that is differentiating it, like differentiation, or yeah, the calculus part. Since we're dealing with related rates, the changes of our variable with respect to time, to differentiate this, so we have dv over dt, right? And then constant 16 pi, and then the derivative of h, okay, with respect to time, that is dh over dt. That's it. We differentiate it now. Since we want to find dh over dt, so let's uh, remove, or yeah, let's remove this 16 pi by dividing both sides by 16 pi. So this gives us dh over dt equals 1 over 16 pi dv over dt. Hmm. Now, let's simplify. In order for us to find dh over dt, simplify it. In order to simplify, we must substitute the values for this one, for dv over dt. And based on our given, dv over dt is 24 feet, cubic feet per minute. dv over dt is 24. Yeah, is it 24? Yeah, 24. 24 cubic feet per minute. 1 over 16 pi, 24. Yeah, 24. And this gives us 3, 3 over 2 pi. And that is approximately equal to 0.48 dh over dt. Again, it's dh over dt. What is the unit? Dh over dt, that is uh, feet, distance over time, feet over minute. Yeah. So as for the conclusion, when the radius when the radius of the tank is 4 feet, the water surface is rising at the rate of approximately 0.48 feet per minute. Okay, so here's how we done this this problem. Okay, solving the flow in a cylindrical tank. Another example. we need to express our answer. We need to express our answer. We need to express our equation rather in terms of h. Yeah, in terms of h. Let's find first this one, dh over dt. So our volume here, no, we must replace this r by h since we want to find the change of h over time. We need a secondary equation. Okay? We need to use another equation here so that we can modify the main equation. So let's focus here. As you can see in this diagram or this illustration, we have there's an involved here a similar triangle, right? The shape of the cylindrical tank is similar to the shape of the water level, right? This one. As you can see, the cylindrical tank, this one, and then the water level. So we can, since there's a similar triangle, um, we can use ratio and proportion, okay, to show the relationship between the cylindrical tank and then this water level. From here, the radius over height of the water level, the radius the water level of the water, okay, is is having the same ratio with uh five the radius the original dimensions of the cylindrical tank, which is five plus five radius and then 14 okay, 14 feet height. So this will be our second equation, and let's derive h from this. So no, let's derive r rather radius. So we have r equals 5 over 14 h. Okay. So now let's use this equation, this derived equation in our main equation. Replace this r. So this will become this becomes 1/3 pi over 5 over 14 h squared times h. Okay. Simplifying it further, this will give us uh, 25, 25 over 588 pi times h cubed. Okay, this one, model. This will be our equation, modeled equation. Differentiate. Now let's differentiate now. So differentiating this will become differentiate it. No? Since we're dealing with related rates, we differentiate this with respect to time. We have dv over dt equals a constant, 25 over 588 pi, and then derivative of h cubed, that is 3h squared. Don't forget this one. We have dh over dt. Simplifying this, we have dv over dt. This gives us 196 over 25. Uh, yeah, 25. No, no, no. Let's simplify this in a way that we also equate it to dh over dt. So this will give us, wait, pakita ko muna yung ano, wait lang. Let's simplify this first. dv over dt, this will be 25 over 196 h pi pi h squared dh over dt. And then let's equate it to dh over dt. dh over dt equals 196 25 pi over h times dv over dt. Okay, so we have now our equation for dh over dt since we're looking for it, right? Now we need to find the change of this dh over dt, the change of water level over time at h equals 6 feet. Now let's simplify. At h equals 6 feet. So this gives us 6. And then dv over dt, that is 4 feet. This one. Okay, that is 4 feet. 4. So this 4. By the way, okay, actually it should be negative 4. Negative 4. Why? Why negative? Because water is leaking out. the water level is reducing, right? Is decreasing. So the negative sign here indicates that the volume is decreasing over time. There's the change in volume over time, okay, is yeah is referring uh, to reduction of water inside the conical tank. Simplifying it further, so this will become negative 196 over 2255. Approximately that is negative 0.28. Okay? That is our dH over dt. Now, how do we solve for this uh, dr over dt, the change in radius over time? So, we will be actually we will be using this, the relationship between the radius and this height. So let's differentiate. You can use this r equals 5 over 14 h. If we differentiate this with respect to time, this is dr over dt equals 5 over 14 dh over dt. Right? Why do we use this, by the way? Since we already have the value for dh over dt, so yeah, we can show the relationship of it. We can use this formula. Okay, so let's simplify it. Let's use this. Again, at um, actually no, there's no need to use the uh, 6 feet here. Oh, no, no. Okay. At height, okay. When the height of the depth of the water, the depth of the water is at 6 feet. The change, by the way, the change, the dH over dt here, the change of height over time is negative 0.28. And let's use this value here in our model equation. So dr over dt equals 5 over 14 times negative 0.28. Okay. Further simplify it. Actually, let's use this one. Let's use this one. 1 over 96 over 205 pi. 196, 200, 225 pi. And this will give us negative 14 4 over 45 pi, and it is approximately equal to negative 0.10. So this is our dr over dt. By the way, let's include the unit dr over dt. This is the change of change in radius, feet in feet over time. What's time? Time here is in hours. So we have hours here, or r. R. This one, dh over dt, it is also feet per hour. Okay, conclusion. When the depth, wait, when the depth of water in the tank is is 6 feet, okay, the depth of the water decreases decreases at the rate at a rate rather at a rate approximately 0.28 feet per hour. And then the radius of the top of water in the tank decreases at a rate of approximately 0.10 feet per hour. Right, this is our conclusion. Okay, so this is how you solve problems, okay, related to, yeah, problems involving related rates.